The Milwaukee Bucks are 9-13 on the season and currently 11th in the Eastern Conference. And now Giannis Antetokounmpo's agent wants to talk to the team's front office about Giannis's future in the city. That's according to a report from ESPN. The report says the decision is expected in the next few weeks. Clippers let go of veteran point guard Chris Paul after he clashed with the organization, including coach Ty Lue, as the sides reportedly hadn't spoken in weeks, according to NBA insider Chris Haynes. Suns guard Devin Booker out at least a week. In the NFL, the Browns opened up the 21-day practice window for quarterback Deshaun Watson. Buccaneers did the same with wide receiver Mike Evans, who was able to practice today, trying to come back from a broken collarbone. Lions say wide receiver Amon-Ra St. Brown is questionable to face the Cowboys tomorrow because of an injured ankle. Cowboys wide receiver George Pickens is off the injury report and good to go. The Chiefs-Cowboys game on Thanksgiving Day was the most-watched NFL regular season game ever, with more than 57.2 million viewers. I'm Dan Byer.
Hey, it's a hump day already. Ooh, getting a hump on. Turning your hump day into a hump night. Hope it's been a great one. Covino and Rich on Fox Sports Radio. It's Ozzy Osbourne's birthday today. Happy Heavenly 77th. It's my dad's birthday. But my dad is not Ozzy Osbourne. I want to make that clear. It's also my dad's 72nd, so we rock out and celebrate on his behalf. Broadcasting live from the Fox Sports Radio studio. If you missed any of today's show, watch what you hear. Covino and Rich FSR on YouTube. I'm Covino, that is Rich, and we be rocking out. Let's go!
Hey, happy day for you as well. You're a Jersey guy.
I am.
You're half Italian.
Half.
You pump your fist.
I do.
Jersey Shore debuted on this day back in 2009.
Hey, it's your boy DJ Paulie D. You're listening to Covino and Rich, Gym, Tanning, Laundry, and CNR. GTL, CNR. Oh, yeah. So thank you guys for being here. Now, Jersey Shore helped raise us, but Sesame Street also played a bigger, more important role, in fact.
What a tie-in.
Help raised all of us. Now it's our turn. Donate this holiday season at sesame.org because the world needs Sesame and Sesame needs you. And again, thank you guys for hanging out and watching live, being part of this live, chatting it up live. Our live chat is always popping now. Covino and Rich FSR on YouTube. Today, we're going to have a fun day. Like I said, it's my dad's birthday celebration show. We'll play some Ozzy. Can we play Ozzy or just Christmas music?
Yeah, we can play Ozzy.
All right.
Does he have a Christmas album?
I was saying maybe Ozzy has a Christmas classic I don't know of. Danny G super producing on the phones at 877-99 on Fox. We got Dan Byer with all your updates and Spotty on the videos. But we're basically here to say, before we give away prizes and play some games and midweek major, we hope your day's been better than CP3's day.
Yeah, but is it a bad day if you're not happy?
How's it not? There's a lot of explaining to do. I don't know who's in the wrong. And the beauty of this show is we process and we figure out together, because was he done dirty or is he just rubbing people the wrong way? You know, I was talking to Big Mike, who runs this place, and Mike has some wisdom. We're going to play Mike's Wednesday Words of Wisdom later.
Never heard of him.
He's like, if you read between the lines, he's a royal a-hole. You know, he's a veteran, probably hard to deal with. He's really not doing much, right? He probably scored more on Love is Blind this year than he did for the Clippers.
What a great cameo that was.
That was his greatest appearance all season on Love is Blind, that weird reunion part.
Remember out of nowhere, Nick Lachey was like, and, let's bring out Chris Paul.
If you have no idea, you have a life and you're busy, there's a reality show called Love is Blind. And on the reunion special, don't give people too much credit, Rich.
You don't think people, even if they don't watch, know there's a reality show called Love is Blind?
I mean, yeah, people do. But anyway, in the reunion special, Chris Paul's there for no reason whatsoever in the stands, and they call him down to take some shots. So he's doing free throw shots. But I'd say that was the highlight of the season so far. But there's so many ways to look at this. You know, you got Stephen A. and Danny G saying, he's Chris Paul. He deserves better. This is blasphemous.
Like respect your elders type stuff?
Yeah, this isn't how a legend goes out. We got a future Hall of Famer. This is how we treat him. We toss him away like doo-doo diapers.
Do not want to make an enemy out of me.
Right. Or is it like, hey, man, he's unproductive. You're wasting a space. You're rubbing everybody the wrong way. You're clashing heads. Danny G, what was the latest tweet from Shams? What's the latest update?
Rich, do you say Shams or Shams?
I say the guy that replaced. Whoa. I say Shamalanga.
He says Chris Paul and his leadership style clashed with the Clippers, sources tell ESPN.
What?
Paul has been vocal in holding management, coaches, and players accountable, which the team felt became disruptive. Specifically, Ty Lue was not on speaking terms with Chris Paul for several weeks.
I mean, that's not good.
No bueno.
But again, in the middle of his farewell tour, his retirement tour, he already announced that he's going. It's a bad look. It really is. There's no question about that. It's a bad look. In the middle of the night, he throws up the peace signs and he says, "I got sent home today." That's the weakest it gets.
But you know what it is, though? We've seen it in life. We've seen it in sports. When someone's a little difficult, if it's an athlete and their skill set isn't what it was, very easy to be like, yo, peace out. Some girl that's hot, but she has a weak-ass personality and she's a pain in the ass. Once she gets a little older and she's not as hot,
nail on the
later.
head. Nail on the head,
like,
Dickie Doodle Davis.
That's like you can't expect the same treatment when you're not what you were. Some girl that was a Victoria's Secret model now is like, fat. Not going to get the same love.
You realize you're on the radio, right?
What if she could run your household much better than the younger girl you're with now, but you're just not giving her the chance anymore?
I mean, Chris Paul is... Remember what happened with Terrell Owens, right, in the NFL? T.O. wanted to be on a team so bad. There's certain guys that probably could have kept playing, but the teams
Kaepernick.
The teams deem them like... Yeah, like you come with a lot.
You're more detrimental to the team. Like your productivity isn't that important anymore. And you kind of overstayed your welcome. It doesn't add up the same way. You're willing to make exceptions when you're putting up the numbers, and that's just not what's happening anymore. Again, if you just woke up, last night, CP3 went to Instagram, and he says, "I just found out I'm being sent home." And he threw up the peace signs, and it was sort of shocking to see. And this was middle of the night. And you're like, what? He got booted abruptly, like mid-road trip, farewell tour. Like, this is bad.
Got das Boot.
So what happens, too, is the question. Like, did someone scoop him up just for the good PR of the farewell tour?
Yeah, and did he fly home on a commercial flight?
He was
did
on
he have to fly himself?
Southwest, Zone D.
And what about Cliff Paul? How does he feel about this? So
there's a part of me that, again, so it's not just about, since I'm not upsetting you with hot women getting old. You've seen it with musicians. If musicians are selling out stadiums, they could call whatever shots they want. If you're playing malls,
the mall tour,
you really can't have a rider anymore. Like you can't be telling someone to sort out the different color M&Ms in your trailer if you're if you're playing a 200-person
so
venue.
We all agree this was handled poorly on both sides, all sides, but handled poorly, and it's a bad look. But the question is, was he done dirty, or did he get what he deserved by being sent home? We've seen it before. It was kind of cool. It's sort of when a player's career is detrimental to the forward momentum of the organization, and that's kind of what we're getting at here. Did you see the A-Rod documentary? They called it quits. I always thought that was peculiar. Like, he's at 696, middle of the season, and if you look at the numbers now, from today's standard, they're not that bad. I think he had like 12 home runs that year. He was still batting well over 200, which in today's world is pretty decent. And he's at 696. All Yankee fans want to see him get 700. And they're like, yeah, peace out, A-Rod. We've had enough of you. Later. He does say in the new documentary on HBO Max, he says, A-Rod would have fought for 700 home runs. A-Rod would have begged, let me stick around. Hey, if I upset anyone, I've been wrong before, and I'm sorry for my mistakes. A-Rod would have did everything possible to get 700. But that's when Alex Rodriguez matured as a man, and Alex said, I'm okay with 696. I've done what I had to do in the league, and I'm good. I'm okay walking away.
So play this
So
out with
that's the growth.
So CP3 said this, but Christopher Paul said something else.
Christopher Paul
Like,
might have to say,
is
hey,
that what
you
you're
know
trying
what?
to tell me?
Maybe I overstepped. Maybe
CP3 is still saying I can contribute. I want to be on a champion, but Christopher Paul's like, it might be time.
You're laughing, but based on the whole Alex Rodriguez story, what I'm trying to say is Chris Paul, a la Cliff Paul with his State Farm shirt on, the mature side of Christopher Paul might have to say, maybe I rub people the wrong way. Maybe it's my time, and maybe I just have to call it a day. And that's unfortunate for his fans and for his legacy. But, hey, we've seen A-Rod walk away with 696.
It's funny you're talking about records because per the Clippers, right before the holiday, November 22nd, with the last rebound Chris Paul had in the win, one of their only wins this season, on the 22nd of November, he became the only player in NBA history with at least 20,000 points, 12,000 assists, and that was his 6,000th rebound. So he set a record
CP3
on the 22nd.
Wants to continue building on that record, right? Christopher, what's his middle name, Sam?
Emmanuel.
Christopher Emmanuel Paul may have a reality check
I think Sam made that up.
and say to himself,
I'm looking at it right
but
here.
I'm not being productive, and it's detrimental to the team, and I'm rubbing the coach the wrong way, and my leadership with these younger players isn't the same. There has to be a sense of accountability and realization from him. Again, this is all speculation. We're not there. So we open it up to you. These are our thoughts. Covino and Rich, 877-99 on Fox. You don't just dump a legendary player with a legendary career, Hall of Famer, for no reason, right? So there's more to it. There's truth to the fact that they were not vibing. So done dirty, got what he deserved is the question.
And, I'm looking at the feedback. Daniel, listening in Arizona, hit us up.
By the way, sent home? That's like some schoolboy nonsense, too. You ever sent home? Have you ever been, dismissed and sent home?
All right, I've had enough. You're out of here.
That's kind of a weird thing, too.
You know that awkward feeling?
Everybody wants to leave on their own terms.
Think back to high school for a second. I know for a lot of us it's been 10, 20, 30 years. School play, sports team. Have you ever been in a club or on a team where the coach is like, pack your stuff, get out of here? Like that, because I remember seeing that happen. There
you
have been,
need to go.
Like,
has a woman ever made you leave your home or something? Because I have, yeah. When you think about it, I was asked to leave.
did you leave?
I was actually not sent home. I was sent away. I was told to leave home. Leave home, go.
I have a rule in my house. You could sleep on the couch. I'm not sleeping
That's
on
not
the
true.
couch.
Weren't you sleeping in the bushes one time?
That is true.
But since then, here you
His
learn a
rose
lesson.
bushes is very thorny.
In life, you then learn
Yeah.
a lesson. You say, I vow to never sleep on the couch again.
Yeah, I'll never sleep in the bushes again. Let me explain this story.
It's very thorny.
I was
Hurts.
saying, I had an ex-girlfriend, not a wife. The girl I dated for a long
But
time.
you owned the home together.
But we owned a house together. But that's probably where she
No,
wanted
that
to
was
get.
a good decision.
I made money on the house. Real estate's never a bad decision, Danny G, unless you lose it all to your ex-wife, which I never did. I was not a wife. But we had broken up, and she had went back to her parents' house. So I'm staying in this house by myself. And I was single again because we had broken up, but I was still waiting for the house that we were in to sell and close. And she called me up in the morning. She's like, get your ass out of the house. I'm like, what are you talking about? She's like, they're doing a showing. The realtor's on their way. And I was hungover as could be, Danny J. I'm feeling like ass. Because I'm single again. I'm my buddies Covino probably took me out, feeding me shots. Yeah, you're single again, man. And meanwhile, 9 in the morning, my ex is calling me get your drunk ass out of the house.
Now get the hell out of my house.
There's an open house. People are coming. You need to leave.
What if you just laid there just in a blanket and you're like, just go around me?
Go around me. So there's showings of this house that I'm also equally excited to sell. We got to get rid of this house. But I'm hungover. I say, all right, you know what? The showing, the open house is 2 hours. I'll just walk around the neighborhood for a couple hours. And then I'll come back when the open house.
That'll bring up property value.
Danny G, I was so tired and honestly hungover. that I sat down for a minute, like on a corner, dozed off in a neighbor's bush. And someone passed me, and they go, "Are you okay, young man?" I go, "I'm so
man.
You need $1, son.
So yeah,
He got kicked out, kind of.
But CP3?
CP3 is humiliating for like, it seems like a bad fall from grace. You know, even though he's done it all, and not done it all, right? He's not done everything he's wanted to do in the league. No titles, but
How do you feel, though, about the rumors that Tyronn Lue is on shaky ground? Obviously, if you guys had a guess, I know you don't look at NBA standings every day.
They're 5-16, right? I
Yeah.
mean, like how?
Yeah.
I mean, am I wrong in saying that they did not start the season bad? Like their first week or so, it wasn't awful from day one, was it?
Well, they had a really bad offseason with all that Kawhi Leonard stuff, which somehow got buried.
But why do I feel like in the very beginning of the season, it's not like they were like 0-5 to start the year. Like I was trying to look back myself, but yeah, I mean, the second worst team in the Western Conference. As our pal Scott Farrell might say, you might need to shake it up.
yeah, but players also need to know when they're being detrimental to the organization. You know, when you're overstaying, you're welcome. And LeBron's getting some of that criticism right now. We're not saying LeBron's game is done by any means, but he's trying to keep his records and streaks intact. We'll talk about that later.
In the business world, Kobe.
Jeter stuck around too long where it was detrimental.
Kobe
did the same thing. And we get it. You want to honor the legends, but he wasn't.
I think Kobe and Jeter deserved it, though.
He wasn't on this team long enough to be pulling that sort of rank. You know what I mean?
What's up, DB?
Yeah, there's also the point, too, and this happened to me once at a radio station I worked at previously to Fox, where I was just so negative about the working conditions and everything around, and I realized...
Was that when you were on 104.1 The Frog? Ribbit, ribbit. And you would go, I'm Dan Byer, ribbit, ribbit.
The ref, the coach. Oh, I love those. The timeout.
He was Bullfrog Buyer.
I should have been put on timeout because I realized I was affecting everybody around me. And so if you're the Clippers, for as bad as this season is, the last thing that you want is your 20-year-old or your 20-year veteran point guard, who, by the way, is on the team for a victory tour, to then also ruin what is already a bad season for everybody else.
Yeah.
So
See, but that's the maturity I'm talking about.
Dan Byer's like Baker Mayfield. Started out a little like, maybe younger Dan Byer was a little
it just
feisty.
dawned on me at one day, like all of a sudden I'm like, gosh, I'm probably making it miserable for all these people, or their views are turning negative because I keep on having that sort of,
You know who's going to realize
message.
that, Dan? Christopher Paul.
Yeah, Christopher
CP3
Paul, yes.
is like, yo, I'm done dirty. I'm a legend. This ain't right. CP3 doesn't register.
Yeah, but that's who he is. Like this is, I mean, I was in my mid-20s, and so like there's that portion of it. Like this is just, Chris Paul hasn't been easy in a lot of places. So if you're just the Clippers, and I'm not saying that they're innocent in all of this, but I just look for what's the constant. And it feels like the constant is Chris Paul.
Yeah, I think we're confusing the Clippers with the league, right? Like CP3 has done a lot for the league and in the league, but the Clippers are like, yeah, we don't really owe you anything, dude. Beat it. You're making things worse around here.
Rich,
so sent home in the middle of the night.
Well,
that's like being fired on your day off.
Dan Byer's right though. It's not, if the common denominator, Danny G, you ever have a buddy that says every girl's psycho? Or some girl that's like, every guy I date's like,
yes,
just the worst. And it's like, after like
it's
2, 3,
story,
4,
yeah.
5, it's like, yo, dude, you pick the worst women, or pal, you go after the worst dudes. What do you want me to tell you? Like,
Maybe it's a reflection on you.
Yeah, you're the problem. You're the common denominator. So.
Hey,
maybe you're
the
garbage.
problem. It's me. Hey.
In his defense, he did have a couple of spots where he did not have issues, but DB's right. There's been some things that have followed him through his career. I looked it up for you. Clippers started the season 4-4.
Yeah, I was gonna
So
say
they started 500.
I was gonna say after like a week or so, I remember thinking like I remember thinking like, oh, they're right there. You know why? Because my barber, very funny pun intended, Clippers. He's one of the few Clipper fans I know, and I remember getting a haircut and being like, yo, man, they're all right. They're hanging in. So I was like, they can't be that bad.
I think it got really bad.
Your thoughts? Did the Clippers owe him anything? No, the league may owe him something. The Clippers don't owe him anything. Is it a bad look? Yes, we established that. Poorly handled? Yes, we established that. Was he better on Love is Blind? Yes, we established that.
There also could be one other thing to this. Is that the Clippers, for their own because maybe they knew the season was going to be bad. Danny talked about the Kawhi situation that they're like, let's bring in Chris Paul. Maybe it'll put some cologne over how much this thing stinks. And, it'll be a farewell tour or whatever. Yeah. And then if that's not working out, then they're like, well, why are we even dealing with him anymore?
When your team stinks, you're right. Those little things you could celebrate make up for the fact that you stink.
Smoke and mirrors.
And I remember as a Mets fan, Gary Sheffield hit his 500th home run as a Met. And I was at that game because that was a season where there was really not much to cheer about. So sometimes you'll see a team bring on a veteran because it's like, well, at least this veteran will hit home run number 500 or at least like the farewell tour might bring in some more butts in the seats. So
yeah, and to DB's point, to start the season, there were digital ads for the Clippers and season or partial season ticket packages. No more Kawhi Leonard in the the collage of different stars, quote unquote stars of play. So right away they were trying to kind of distance themselves from that drama. So DB's exactly right when he says that was a little bit of cologne there.
Well, is there another team that scoops him up for that cologne in hopes to give fans something because they stink so bad? Like, what happens? You don't want to see the career, whether he deserved it or not at this point, you don't want to see a career end that way. But like I said, we've seen it before. Don't tell me that A-Rod ending wasn't the weakest, because it was. We've seen it before. It happens. Not every ending, is off into the sunset.
Looking back, I know people like
think
to
of
say,
the fight world. How many boxers end like on the weakest note possible?
People like to talk about in Philadelphia how the whole joke was, how long are we going to trust the process? And it just never really worked out.
Yeah.
Because it's the Clippers and everyone likes to bust on them already. You ever think about how for a minute we all thought that the Clippers were going to be like the next power team?
Yeah, I mean,
remember at one point, remember there was a year.
They had the cool slogan. They had the stadium.
There was a year, and I'm not the biggest NBA fan, but I certainly remember there was a time where the Brooklyn Nets and the LA Clippers both went all in, and everyone thought that the Nets and the Clippers were going to change the stars of those organizations. And I don't know which one's a bigger fail than the other.
New York and LA have new teams, folks. Bye-bye Knicks and Lakers. Hello, Nets and Clippers.
That was like the whole vibe. It's like, wow, Kevin Durant chose Brooklyn. And
I remember
wow,
Rich
Kawhi.
Really liked that font that the Nets
for a minute, I was like,
that?
oh, they're in Brooklyn. They're trying that like street graffiti art font. And I was like,
Durant.
I remember thinking like, are the Nets really putting something together here? And in LA, it was the first time where you're like, wow, so Kawhi's with the Clippers? And interesting. And both disasters. I have a question. What's the appropriate way to part ways then if it's not working out? In the corporate world, how many times you see it on TV shows, but also in real life?
I think we're jaded, Rich.
Where some guy or some woman's like, tomorrow I'll hand in my resignation note. And it's never you got fired. It's, I love my time at this company, but it's time to part ways. A doctor, a lawyer, a corporate, someone on the board.
Mutual feeling.
Yeah, when a CEO,
you said it yesterday.
Like I just saw the other day, we work for not only iHeart but SiriusXM. Anytime there's an email where it's like CFO or COO or CEO, any of the big dogs like step down. In my mind, it's like, does anyone really step away from that type of job, or is it like it's not working out? I'll give you my letter of resignation.
There's usually some sort of agreement, I would say, in a lot of high-profile situations. But
it's like the kind way, and I just wonder, well, what's the kind way?
There's not always a kind way.
Instead of giving him the boot, was it like...
What did you say yesterday about Devin Williams and Diaz and certain people? Not every reliever deserves entrance music. Didn't you say that?
Yeah, no, I said not everyone's Mariano Rivera or Trevor Hoffman. I don't think every reliever deserves bells and whistles when they come out in the ninth.
Not every legendary career ends with a farewell tour. And I don't know, who did we see it first with? Mo Rivera, Jeter? I don't know.
Not everybody. I always picture some of those Yankees and Red Sox having sort of farewell tours, like.
But then
Poppy
it became a thing, right? Not everybody gets their farewell tour. Not every career ends that way. And I think we're just like, feeling a little surprised that this one didn't, because he already announced his retirement. We knew that it was happening, but I guess it was time. What happens now? And the question we posed to you, you got our side.
Yeah.
Was he done dirty, or did he get what he deserved? 877-99 on Fox. We have so much more to get to.
I'll be honest, what's next? Hit us up with what you think. Where does this adventure, choose your own adventure. Where's Chris Paul going next? And we'll get to all that next right here on Fox Sports Radio. Now, quick timeout. Holiday upgrade check. Are you still watching the games on that old, small, crappy TV? If you are, you're like missing out on so much of the game.
Yeah, your TV shouldn't tap out in the red zone. TCL's QM8K QD Mini LED is the real MVP. Ooh. Ultimate brightness, ultimate black levels for ultimate experience. Picture so clear, you can almost taste the turf.
Ooh, and it's not just football, Covino. Movies look cinematic. Games feel smoother. Everything you watch with the kids, with the wifey, anything, just going to look so much better with a TCL.
Here's the play. Holiday savings off select TCL TVs. Go premium with QM8K, brilliant picture, huge sound, the ultimate choice, or grab the versatile QM6K for an elevated game day experience.
And everyone, don't overthink it. Just look into it right now. Lock in the ultimate savings with epic deals, undeniable bragging rights all season long. Get it while supplies last. TCL, the official TV partner of the NFL. Find TCL at all major retailers.
TCL, bigger, brighter, better holidays, select models, limited time. See all major retailers for details. Thanks again to TCL.com.
The question really is, Drake Maye is him, or is he? Because we don't quite know. It's the big question today, and I'm here to tell you that I think he is.
Well, keep in mind, you could be prisoner of the moment. You can't deny that the guy is great, but people live in a world of headlines, and people love to say things like, he's the next Tom Brady. I mean, I will admit this. They didn't struggle really that long. Like, they found their guy immediately. It's like a guy who lost his wife and then found another hot one a few years later. It happened really quick. There was no really downtime and down period for the Patriots.
There were some Cam Newton years in there and some other
just
experiments.
A few, but it seems like they are back and in full force again, beating the Jets yesterday to kick off Week 11, 27-14. They're now 9-2.
Well,
but if you read like what people are saying on social media, like, Tom Brady was cloned, man. He's Tom Brady. Is he really Tom Brady? Is he him, as the kiddos say, as Rich just said, 877-99 on Fox? That's the question. Plus, there's a whole story about his wife.
Well, here's the thing. When you ask yourself, is Drake Maye the real deal, essentially? You got to remind yourself, yeah, he was a top-level pick. It's not like he's some guy that's just like, got lucky.
I get it. Not a surprise, but not everybody pans out either, as you see in the NFL.
People love to say, well, look at their schedule, it's weak. And I will forever hate that argument because you only play who's on your schedule. You can't dictate and be like, we want tougher competition. You play who's on your schedule. And if you think back, Danny G, Week 1, the Patriots lost to your Raiders.
Yo, what up, Danny G?
Oh, yeah, Geno Smith looked excellent in that game.
And we thought like, oh, man, Patriots, what a rough Week 1. They lost to the Raiders. Then we thought for a minute your Raiders might be good. Since then,
get this.
Since then, this team has gone 9-1.
9-1. Drake Maye stepped up. And again, they're playing the Jets. 281 yards, 1 tutty, but just looking solid. And the whole team sort of vibes around them. They're 4-2 at home and 9-2 overall. The Patriots are the real deal. Of course, there's the Colts. Of course, there's the Broncos. Of course, there's the Chiefs.
Yeah.
But got to be high on the Patriots. Is he the guy, or are we just really excited that he could be or appears to be or seems to be the next Tom Brady?
Well, in a world where everyone clearly loves to gamble, that's another storyline in the world of sports lately.
He's going to hate that comparison, if not speaking out about it already. It's like filling really big shoes. It's like, let me just be the best Drake Maye I could be. Because you're never – like, being compared to Tom Brady is the worst thing in the world. But it's like – and I hate to give you a Yankee example. It's like, who was always going to follow Jeter. That was always a conversation. That's what Volpe's haunted by right now.
Look at the odds right now via DraftKings Sportsbook. Drake Maye is your favorite to win the MVP. I repeat, Drake Maye is your favorite to win the MVP. So I look at this as an opportunity to say, what's the better bet? Because Danny G, Dan Byer, I was Sam, our team back in L.A., can we all agree that, like, we're not quite sure that is the result, fast forward the second half of the year? Would you be confident in putting your cash behind Drake Maye?
All right, yeah. Would you? Narratives change week to week, and you know this because we talk about it. You know, he could all of a sudden have a few bad games, and then we're saying Drake Maye might be ass. That's just how the sports world works. It's a very fickle fan base. We love to cheer people when they're hot and tear them down when they stink. So we'll see. It's still way early. I mean, even though it's week 11 already. But anything can happen in the next few weeks. Why don't you do what you do best? Schedule watch.
Oh, Sam, I have to do it. Can we schedule watch maybe?
Let's break it down. Let's figure it out.
Oh, boy.
The Rich loves to look at the schedule game.
Schedule watching. Yeah.
That's how you figure it out.
Watching. All right, let's take a look at where the Patriots go from here. Because you could say, all right, well, listen, they're 9-2. They play at the Bengals. That is a winnable game.
Yeah.
10-2. They play Giants in New England. 11-2. They play the Bills. Let's assume the Bills and Pats split. 11-3.
Okay.
The Ravens, who are fighting, right? They're back on track. Maybe 11-4. We'll do that.
Okay. Yeah.
Jets 12-4. Dolphins, who will be probably playing for nothing. This Patriots team could go 13-4, and then you're saying, well, that seems like a possibility that Drake Maye could be your MVP if he continues to play the way he's been playing. But let me give you the Vegas odds of other guys in the mix.
And he plays some stinkers, padding those numbers, playing the Jets again. And, yeah, so if he keeps it up, that's definitely going to be the conversation. Happy birthday, Ozzy Osbourne. Happy heavenly 77th. And this is kind of a Christmas song because we have to play Christmas songs. That Crazy Train being the Polar Express.
I was going to wonder how you tied it in. I thought, it's a good movie, by the way.
It's a fun game. How do we tie in Ozzy songs into Christmas time? You know, the Prince of Darkness?
Yeah.
So, and again, happy birthday.
It gets dark at like 4:30 now.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's really dark.
Oh,
this time
it
of year.
is. It's so weak, by the way. I hate that.
Can I go off on a tangent just for 1 second? Then we'll take the. You know what we'll do? Here's what we'll do. We're gonna take a couple calls on Chris Paul. I have a thought. We'll go to DB's update. I got it all planned out in my head.
All right, fine. We're live from the Fox Sports Radio studio. We are Covino and Rich with Danny G and Iowa Sam on the ones and twos. No more waiting. Your goals start now. Cyber Monday. Deals are still going. So take your workouts around the world with Nordic Track and iFit. Save big on treadmills, bikes, and rowers at NordicTrack.com. Nordic Track. Train anywhere. Crazy train anywhere.
Huh?
Explore everywhere.
Rowers, aren't you a big fan of the Winklevoss twins?
I am.
Yeah.
I got their poster in my room.
You absolutely do. All right, let's say what's up to Virginia. James, you are on Covino and Rich. Your thoughts on Chris Paul. Did he get done dirty, or is he just a pain in the ass?
Again, Clippers abruptly booted him mid-road trip.
Boot.
His retirement tour got axed, and now it's like, now what?
What's up, man?
Yeah, I think he got treated a little unfairly. He's been a star in the game for, a good long while. He's had a strong career, and as a leader, I've always heard that his teammates may not be very fond of him. But sometimes leadership is not a comfortable role. So I think he's sort of got a raw deal there. And in comparison with A-Rod, I've been watching baseball for years and years, a long, long time. And you're really not going to find, I know he had his controversies, but you're not going to find a finer baseball player talent-wise than A-Rod. I mean,
No,
you're splitting hairs.
You're right.
Yeah,
And
really.
I don't think there's a guy that I heard him say this humbly, and I agree with him. A-Rod said, I don't know if there's anyone that loves or watches baseball or cares about baseball more than me. And I was like, I believe you.
I do believe
that.
that.
I believe A-Rod might love baseball more than anyone.
And by the way, he's the poster boy. I was talking to Big Mike who runs this place. He really is the poster boy, the epitome, the epitome of someone who just turned it all around, right? The most hated guy,
Now
biggest
we're all,
cheater.
Yeah, now we're all like, hey, you're sort of cool.
Yeah, but the only comparison I made, if you join us, is like his career ended abruptly at 696.
Kyle. What's up, Kyle? In Vegas. What's up, buddy?
What's going on, fellas? First off, let me start by saying I hope y'all had a beautiful weekend. I hope everything was good with your Thanksgiving.
Yo,
You
back
too,
at you,
man.
man. Happy holidays, man. You decorate for Christmas yet, Kyle, or what?
Man, heck no. I'm decorating these little lowrider RC cars. That's what I'm doing.
Nice. What's up?
Nice.
All right, but to touch base on what y'all was saying, I don't agree with that last person that just said that. First off, Chris, you haven't done anything as far as a championship contender. So the diva attitude, I don't like when people get mixed up with competitiveness with diva-ness. If you're a diva, you're a diva, and that's exactly what he is. I've met that man at a PGA celebrity tournament and the PBA, the Pro Bowling Association. He's not that friendly, and he's not that guy. You should have retired on that bandwagon where you got to the finals, you missed it, and every time he's made it to the conference championship games, he's always getting injured, he's always getting hurt. So no, you don't have room to talk. Sit at the end of the bench, and a lot of these guys, they don't understand when they are past that point of retirement. Tom Brady
it's tough. It's tough to know when it's over, and I think Chris Paul. And by the way, great call, Kyle. I think Chris Paul.
I think that ties into what I said before.
I wonder how he goes out.
The league may owe him something. He's done a lot for basketball and Olympic basketball and everything else. But the Clippers don't really owe him anything, and if he's rubbing them the wrong way, arrivederci, baby.
Thank you, Kyle in Vegas. And speaking of Vegas, as we go to DB for an update, thank you, Tripp, for the pizza today. Yo, is Tripp like the nicest guy?
Mm-hmm. Well, apparently he won on some of your picks, so he bought the whole crew some pizza.
Yummy.
Yeah, it was great, man.
I wonder if we're going to go to Vegas one day and Tripp's could be like, all right, guys, now repay me. And he's going to want, like, we're going to have to, like
sexual favors?
I hope not.
Oh, my God.
Organs. Black market organs.
Thanks again to Tripp. Why don't we talk to DB and, wrap up this conversation about CP3? What up?
Yeah, guys, it's not the only news from the NBA today. Chris Paul being let go by the Clippers after clashing with coaches and the possibly other players and front office members. The Bucks and Giannis Antetokounmpo may be getting closer to a parting of ways. ESPN reports that the agent for the Bucks forward has initiated conversations about whether Giannis's future should be in Milwaukee, with the report saying a decision is expected within the next few weeks. No Luka Doncic for the Lakers tomorrow, ruled out against the Raptors because of personal reasons. Suns guard Devin Booker is going to miss about a week. In the NFL, Lions wide receiver Amon-Ra St. Brown is questionable to play tomorrow against the Cowboys. He has that ankle injury suffered on Thanksgiving Day. Speaking of that game against the Packers, nearly 48 million viewers tuned into the Packers-Lions game that appeared on Fox. That set a record for the most watched NFL regular season game ever, and it lasted for 3.5 hours because the Chiefs and Cowboys game averaged 57.2 million viewers, peaking at 61 million viewers for the game on CBS. That is now the most watched NFL regular season game ever. Couple of other injury notes. Chargers head coach Jim Harbaugh says no practice today for Justin Herbert. Remember, they got an extra day. They play Monday against the Eagles. Harbaugh saying that he's optimistic Herbert can go despite that broken left hand. Browns opened up the 21-day practice window for quarterback Deshaun Watson. Bucks did the same for wide receiver Mike Evans. Every Olympic dream starts with a first glide. Through Learn to Skate USA, kids build confidence, strength, and joy on the ice. Learn to Skate USA offers programs for skaters of all ages and abilities. Find a program near you at learntosskateusa.com. And some coaching news in college football. South Florida is hiring Ohio State offensive coordinator Brian Hartline to be their new head coach. Georgia Tech and head football coach Brent Key have agreed on a new 5-year deal. Iowa's Kirk Ferentz sticking around for season number 28. He'll be back in 2026, while Louisville and Jeff Brom are working on an extension. Finally, Kansas State's Chris Kleiman retiring after 7 seasons. Guys, back to you.
Thank you, DB. Speaking of college coaching, the Lane Kiffin story's been everywhere the last week or so. I got to ask you guys, because I'm hearing Brian Dable's name in the mix for a couple possible coaching jobs. Do you think there's more pressure and more that goes into being a college coach or an NFL coach? Because we've seen guys try to make the transition each way, but I think the whole recruiting aspect, because there was a rumor saying what if Mike Tomlin's done with the Steelers and
I think
Penn
there's
State
more
or
responsibility in being a college coach.
Well, now you got all the NIL
And there's the layer of like you're luring kids. And
you're recruiting young men and you're teaching them how to play football and be young men, right? There's a lot of pressure there.
This was not how it always used to be, but as of late, people have said that the pros are more appealing because it's just about football.
Yeah, I imagine you almost have to be like able to wine and dine and convince 17-year-old kids. You know,
I think Belichick has the energy. We talked about that. Remember, like to go and recruit and be that guy.
And it's even tenfold now because you are recruiting your own guys to even stay. Because they have the ability to leave.
Yep.
So it's not only recruiting them once, you're recruiting them 4 times to make sure that they'll stay at your school.
Don't go anywhere. Don't take the other options, and don't go to the portal. And then in addition to that, because the college football schedule sort of weird with how it lines up, when coaches and recruits can do things, then there's players like at Ole Miss that thought like, I thought I was going to play for Coach Kiffin, and is like he a jerk for leaving? Like, I don't know. I feel like there's so many layers that make college so tricky. So tricky.
Way too many hurdles to deal with.
Yeah, no doubt. But if you win, you're like a king in that town. Oh, my goodness. All right. Hey, we got more Covino and Rich, and I do have a deep thought about something I think we should all own. There's something that will enhance your TV watching world in a big way. I got a thought. We'll talk some NFL. We'll give away some prizes. A lot coming up here on Covino and Rich.
Quick timeout, Rich.
Tell me about it. What do you mean?
Holiday upgrade check. Are you still watching the games on that old small TV, that small television? If you are, you're only seeing about half the game.
Remember the old TVs? Like, back in the day, like a 36-inch TV was considered big. Now, if you don't have at least a 65 or 75, even 85 in the big room, how are you watching? TCL's QM8K QD Mini LED. That's the real MVP. Ultimate brightness, ultimate black levels for ultimate experience. The picture's so clear. You're watching a game, you could like taste the turf.
And it's not, the turf.
The turf toe.
The turf toe. It's not just football. Movies look cinematic, games feel smoother, and yes, the in-laws will notice.
Oh, here's the play, guys. Holiday savings on select TCL TVs right now. Go premium with that QM8K, brilliant picture, huge sound, the ultimate choice, or grab the versatile QM6K for the elevated game day experience.
Don't overthink it. Lock in the ultimate experiences with the epic savings and undeniable bragging rights all season long. Get it while supplies last.
TCL, official TV partner of the NFL. Find TCL at all major retailers. TCL, bigger, brighter, better holidays. Select models, limited time. See all major retailers for details. I feel like there's something getting in the way of us acknowledging Austin Reaves as a superstar.
Honestly, it's the most obvious observation, which would be an obvious observation. But could it be that he's just such an unassuming superstar? Like he's such a goober, such a aw shucks kind of guy that he doesn't get the credit he deserves?
Just say out loud what everyone's thinking.
I'm just
he's
saying,
like a goofy-looking white guy.
Yeah, maybe that's what gets in his way because the stats are showing otherwise. The stats are saying he's on his way. He's on his way to superstardom. He's on his way to being a bigger star. He already should be that guy because he's got the numbers and he's on the Lakers. He's in L.A. He's playing with Luka and maybe tonight with LeBron. Like, he should already be that guy, but he's taken like a slow burn to the mountaintop.
You just said it. You said it. I'll give you the analogy. As our show intro said, I could somehow turn an analogy. What was it? Micah Parsons and sweaters? How about this? The Bachelor and Austin Reaves.
Okay.
You ever watch The Bachelor? Might have got stuck watching with the girlfriend or wife.
Unfortunately, yes.
And you see all these girls on the show.
Ooh.
And in their hometown, they're the hottest. Ooh. Every dude gives them attention. Ooh, she's from Salt Lake City. She's from Austin. She's from Nashville. In their town, oh my God, everyone's sweating them, drooling over them. But then when you put them in a room with 25 other hot girls, it's like pageant life. They're all hot. So you better step it up. And I think Austin Reaves is just in a room with Luka, LeBron. He was in a room with Anthony Davis. L.A. and the Lakers, stars.
I don't even know if it's that. Actually, that's a great analogy, so I'm not dumping on it. It's actually a solid analogy. Maybe he's just not sexy enough for L.A., and he has to put up circus numbers to really get their attention.
So you think
when
he needs a glow up? You think he needs an Austin Reaves L.A. glow up?
A regular-looking guy, regular fella, and that's what makes him extra charming. And I think more dangerous because people don't expect that from this guy. But like I said, the numbers say otherwise. Check this out.
Are you saying that he is wearing Adam Sandler shorts to the gym when he should be wearing like Aloe or Lululemon or something?
Yeah, he needs a glow up. Get this.
Okay, let's hear it.
Austin Reaves has the second most 25-point games by a Laker guard since 2000. Only Kobe had more. Second only to Kobe is unreal.
Kobe.
So Reaves is now in serious company. But he has to be at Kobe level to start getting this recognition. Yeah, everybody knows he's got game. Everybody knows he's what did they describe him as earlier? Like he's a bad man kind of. I forget how he was described, but on the court they know he's great, but the world needs to recognize. And then
I'm telling you, there's a sense of he's a gooberish white guy, and I think people compare him to like Caruso for some reason, or like
because he's white. Because he's white, not assuming.
Yeah, it's just there's something to be said about that, and like that's not racist. It's not. It's just. But
I think Caruso had more swag right off the bat. Austin Reaves had to find the headband and get the floppy here to the side.
But you know what it is? Like, we can't be fake about this. If you go to the schoolyard and you see some dad with whack-ass shorts and a headband on, and he's beating the young, flashy players in, like, schoolyard ball, that's sort of what Austin Reaves is doing. Everyone else seems like they have way more swag and way more style and way everything. And this guy he knows how to ball. And like you said, there's nothing sexy about him. Even his post games, like he's charming in a goofy way.
I forget what Reddick said about him, though. He's something about, like, everyone on the court knows that he's dangerous. He's a bad dude. Reaves has been playing like a superstar. Not just Great one, Sam. Covino and Rich. Happy holidays. Iowa Sam on the ones and twos with the Christmas classics. We're live from the Fox Sports Radio studio, and it's time for our tire rack play of the day. I'm just stalling because I want to hear this song.
The vibrato in his voice. There's a line here coming up. Here we go. Ready? They're sleeping. What a great song.
So it's the tire rack play of the day. Rudy Gobert dropped his season high as the Timberwolves beat the Pelicans in overtime, 149-142.
Jeez.
McDaniels the rebound, now Edwards with it. Snakes his way through defenders, lobs to the rim. Rudy over his head, drops it in for two. A season-high 22 points for Rudy Gobert.
I don't care how many points he scores. I still think of him for starting COVID.
Yep.
Touching all the microphones with his
started it all.
Yeah.
That's courtesy of KFAN, Timberwolves Radio Network. That's our tire rack play of the day. For over 40 years, Tire Rack has been helping customers find the right tires for how, what, and where they drive. Shipped fast and free, backed by free road hazard protection with convenient installation options like mobile tire installation. TireRack.com, the way tire buying should be.
I think the overhit, 149, 142. Jeez.
I know. I saw that. I was like, what? But yeah, that was an overtime.
Please.
That was an overtime. So there's one Banana Boat Boy left. You remember the Banana Boat Boys?
No, that's in your algorithm.
No. That was 2015. It was Carmelo Anthony, Dwayne Wade, Chris Paul, and LeBron James. And they were all on vacation, riding a banana boat like the besties that they were.
Remember you wanted to reenact that with me, you, Danny G, I was having spot?
I wanted to be a Banana Boat Boy. So now there's one.
You guys are just hot tub boys now.
Yeah, now we're just hot. Is it really over for Chris Paul? And here's my takeaway the more I process and think about it.
Yeah.
Not everybody gets the happy ending. I mean, you do sometimes, you pay a little extra. But
I'm sorry, what?
Not everybody gets the happy ending in life. Not everybody gets the send-off. Not everybody gets the farewell tour that they thought of.
Slow down, Deshaun Watson.
No, but it's true, right? Like, sometimes a career just ends. Like Mike Tyson's last real fight. Yeah. Like, think of legends. Chris Paul's not like a legend like that. He's had an amazing 21-year career, no doubt. But he never won, and I hate to say that about the guy. But when Mike Tyson lost to Kevin McBride, remember you think, I don't got the fighting guts. He stopped mid-fight, and you're like a lifelong fan. You're a little kid. You're like,
what are you doing, Mike?
Wait, that's how it ends? Sometimes it just ends. And if you rub people the wrong way, that's on him,
You know what I thought the best ending was? At the time, I thought it was weak, but looking back, memorable. And sometimes memorable trumps a really amazing moment. Because unless it's like a game-winning hit or your last game you got a hit. Do you remember Joey Votto got thrown out of his last game?
Yeah, I do.
I remember at the
it's
time.
It's not always a fairy tale ending. And
moment,
we've gotten accustomed to thinking that it has to be with other players and other farewells. And, hey, he had 21 great years. That's a long time. I don't know if he can come back from that.
Not everyone has an Oppo line drive hit to right field at Yankee Stadium like Derek Jeter and a walk-off hit. I mean, unfortunately, not everyone lives that life.
Nope. And he bounced around. It's not like, he's synonymous with just one organization where they're like, yeah, bring him back for one more. The Clippers didn't know him that. It's sad, but that's just life.
So many other thoughts and things to get to on the show today, but let me ask you, does he end up somewhere else, or is this it? Like, does he reassess and say, I don't know?
I mean, because he already said, I'm going to play this season out, it's going to be my final season, I think he would go to another team that he thinks could get to the playoffs.
I mean, like Adam Thielen found a home in the NFL. Chris Paul can't find the home in the NBA. Is there going to be a team that clearly, just for the heck of it, would be like, yeah, we'll take you? Has to be, right? I mean, like.
Yeah, because the losing played into this. Now, obviously, there's fault on both sides, as we started the show by saying. But the disturbance, the clash with the front office, that reminds me of how Devontae Adams left my favorite football team, the Raiders. Yeah. Now, it's not a fair comparison. Adams younger has more in the tank. See what he's doing with the Rams. But the losing compounds things when you have me tendencies and you're that sort of player.
No diggity, no doubt. Thank you, Danny G.
Thank you, Danny G.
Real quick, I want to throw something out there. This is not a commercial or anything. I know we do great reads. I think we do. For TCL, we talk about their 75.
Mike says Jonas Knox's are better.
Yeah, Mike's got like a man crush on Jonas. I can't handle that.
That's a discussion for another day.
We have TCL as a great partner. All these great TVs. We talk about the Black Friday sale and now the holiday sales. I purchased something, and TCL has them, but you don't need to get that one. I just want to throw something out there. Inside, I'm going to push TCL.
That's a Dickie Columbus discovery?
Oh, Jesus.
Yo, Spot, Danny, Sam, Fox Sports Radio Nation, Buyer.
I'm going to walk out of the room.
This is what we call Dickie Columbus. Rich thinking he discovered it. You realize these have been around for a long time, right?
Are you going to... I'm not saying I discovered it, but if you want me to want to slam your head against the table, keep going.
Yeah, you sound violent, man. You sound like you got anger issues.
Wow. I bought something on Black Friday, and I'm not the only one because did you see Americans spent $12 billion on Black Friday?
Dang.
I know people talking about how I don't have money to spend. Well, there's a lot of credit cards being swiped then, I'll tell you that. $12 billion a record? Jeez.
What'd you buy, man?
So
billions and billions
and billions
and billions and billions.
You know what? I know other people have them, but they're so inexpensive that I was like, you know what? I think I want to get one of these because I roll out the TVs and my TCLs for football in the backyard. I bought for less than $200. I bought a projector.
Projector? What's that?
Shut up. But
taking someone's advice.
A projector, you say?
But what I'm saying
Tell
is,
me more.
Like the ones our teachers used to use?
Yeah, but Danny G, wouldn't you think with all the sports fans that listen to our show and everyone that talks about sports all the time, you would think that everyone makes sure they have the sweetest 75, 85-inch TV to watch their game. No one ever thinks to go in the backyard and for like $100 you could project the game or a movie
They do.
or something.
They just don't talk about it because people are kind of lame. They're not expressive. the
And
way
not
you
all
are.
of us have backyards either, Daddy Stacks.
That is true. But like my brother-in-law uses them for wrestling events and things like that. And
I'm just saying, like, it was a little Black Friday purchase, and I'm like, how has no one ever said to me, like, oh, I got my projector and it's great? Because so far, I watched one thing on it, I'm like, yeah, this is cool. So there you go. All right, we got more CNR next. Dickie Columbus, everybody.
It's Covino and Rich on Fox Sports Radio. Are you ready?
Yes! We talk about pop culture, we talk about sports, we talk about life.
It's a friendship on the radio. When you talk about the best athlete in the world, you're probably thinking Jim Thorpe, right?
I'm thinking Bo Jackson.
I'd have to throw myself at the age of 12 into the conversation.
You are the home run champion. When you find the commonality between sports and life, those analogies and conversations are the best.
You were dating some girl, and you were like,
Hey, babe, let's watch The Sixth Sense.
her mom walked in. Can you believe he was dead the whole time?
I wanted to get up.
Well, slow down, Dana White.
I don't want to say It's never boring.
If the Chiefs win,
Sorry, Patrick Mahomes here. What do you mean by if the Chiefs win?
Our friendship is real. It's authentic. You can't fake the funk.
We're the type of guys you'd want to hang out with at a sports bar. Best way to pick someone up at a bar?
Yeah.
Go up to a cute girl and say, oh, look at that bozo over there. And I'll point to you. We could make fun of each other, poke each other a little bit.
I call him Blubber Lips, Rich Davis, because he never stops talking.
He thinks he's the Mexican Fonz.
Yeah.
At any point, he's wearing a chain. You have a chain on?
Always.
Of course he has a chain on.
That's like asking me if I'm wearing cologne right now. Of course I am. I take a lot of pride in being inclusive and interactive on our show. Just the more the merrier.
Josh, Covino thinks that every man should own a leather jacket.
I only wear vegan leather.
Can you believe this guy?
I can't believe this guy. We have a very special connection with our audience, our listeners. People feel that friendship.
And I appreciate y'all's show. I love it.
It's all for you. Thank you.
Mike Tyson, Covino, loves to just challenge us with random Mike Tyson trivia.
Which accomplished celebrity purchased my sprawling Connecticut estate?
I'm going to go 50 Cent.
You are absolutely correct. 50 Cent. I love his song.
You can't schedule a big event
You
during
can't.
a big sports moment.
My family member scheduled their wedding the same night as a Julio Cesar Chavez fight. Everyone was glued to that fight instead of doing the electric slide.
This is weak.
Unbelievable. You're very tricky.
America, you got sports, you got fun, you got us.
Covino and Rich.
We're crushing it.
Milwaukee Bucks forward Giannis Antetokounmpo's agent has reportedly told the Bucks front office that they should talk, as the topic of conversation would be Giannis's future in Milwaukee. That's according to ESPN. The report says the decision on Giannis's future with the Bucks could be made in the next couple of weeks. Clippers let go of veteran point guard Chris Paul after he clashed with head coach Ty Lue and others in the organization. Lakers guard Luka Doncic out tomorrow in Toronto for personal reasons. Commanders quarterback Jaden Daniels limited in practice today. They've got the Vikings coming up on Sunday. Vikings quarterback J.J. McCarthy was a full participant in practice. He's on track to start in Week 14. Lions wide receiver Amon-Ra St. Brown questionable to play tomorrow against the Cowboys. Buccaneers wide receiver Mike Evans practiced today as the team opened up his 21-day practice window. South Florida hired Ohio State offensive coordinator Brian Hartline as their new head coach.
Yo!
Yeah, we're
ho, ho, ho.
Wow, so much to get to this hour.
Yeah,
We got Midweek Major.
How are we going to do this?
Spotty's going to give you the biggest stories in sports and pop culture.
Can't wait.
Are they midweek or
Can't wait.
major? Some of these stories are juicy, though. I can tell you one of them's major to me already.
Spicy.
We got Mike's Wednesday Words of Wisdom, which means giving away prizes. Our CNR on FSR Turbo Football. So stick around for that. We're broadcasting live from the Fox Sports Radio studio. Sesame Street helped raise all of us. Now it's our turn. Donate this holiday season at sesame.org because the world needs sesame and sesame needs you.
You know what I'm thinking about? As we're just hanging on Covino and Rich. If you've been with us for years, you know this story. But if you're new, Covino, very close to his Uncle Joey.
Yeah, he's like an older brother. He's my mom's younger brother.
Mom's younger brother. But when your mom has a younger brother that's significantly younger and you're the firstborn, like you said, more of an older brother.
Yeah.
Uncle Joe, back in the day, bought an absurd amount of Tickle Me Elmos, thinking, remember during the rage of Tickle Me Elmos?
Yeah, this has to be the late 1900s, though, right?
Yeah.
Because people were freaking out about them. They were like the big thing.
But Joey bought it slightly after the big Tickle Me Elmo boom.
Yeah, he thought he was going to make millions.
And instead, he was just stuck with like 100 Tickle Me Elmos.
I think he still has them. Yeah, I swear to you.
They'll be worth something someday.
I think he still has them. He couldn't get rid of them.
Hey, Steve.
I'm pretty sure he still has them all. He's like, yeah, I'm going to make a fortune sitting on a gold mine. He's sitting on a pile of Tickle Me Elmos.
He's got that and Beanie Babies, I'm sure.
True story.
All right, you know what? We got a lot to get to this hour. We're going to talk a lot of NFL. There's some NFL stuff I want to get to. A baseball story. I know it's the offseason, but I think there's a baseball story worth investigating.
Well, you said you had a plan.
A plan?
You said you had a plan. Yes, you did. You said, I got a plan. You said, here's what we're going to do. You said all this.
It's like it was all laid out in my head.
Yeah, remember? In my head. All laid out. You forgot, you bozo?
What did Mike Tyson once say?
Yeah. The on-air light came on, and
Everyone has a plan until you get punched in the face?
Who punched you in the face?
No, I think
Rich has a plan until the on-air light turns on.
life punched me in the face.
Do you guys need me to punch you in the face right now?
Oh, it's Big Mike. Why don't we do this? I have a plan.
Yeah.
Oh, there's the plan.
And I'll punch you in the
Audible.
face right now if you want.
The plan.
Omaha, call an audible.
The plan is Big Mike, who runs this place,
Who?
is going to give us his words of wisdom. If you could repeat them verbatim, you're going to win a Covino and Rich Nerf Turbo Football. Then we're going to talk some NFL and some baseball. How about that?
Let's do it. Let's do it. I have another question, too, that has to do with everyone's Spotify Wrapped and some music, too. So I'll try to squeeze that in there.
All right, let's do this. Iowa Sam, hit it.
It's time for the guy that runs this place.
Just for clarification, guys, Big Mike does not run this place. He is not in charge of everything. He has no power over really anybody here. He does not run this place.
It's Big Mike's Words of Wisdom on a Wednesday.
Mike, does it hurt your feelings when you hear Dan Byer say that?
It does, actually. Dan Byer makes me sad. I mean, if we didn't go back so far, I guess I can forgive him for it because, you know.
Do you want to know the real background of that intro?
Yes.
I thought I was cutting 3 different versions, so that's why you hear like a long pause. And they just included the whole thing.
He does not respect.
I thought I was giving them different options, like, and then all of a sudden, the first time I heard it, like, I'm like, why am I still talking?
We love it, Dan
and
Byer.
all I can think is Dan Byer hates me.
Yeah, Dan Byer really leaned into that.
It's the holiday season. Lots of love here. Big Mike.
Speaking of the holiday season, we have a holiday-themed words of wisdom for you today.
Nice.
Everybody ready?
Yes.
Let it breathe.
During the holidays, family teaches us patience, love, and how to strategically avoid certain conversations.
Mike.
Nice.
You know what my wife...
I felt like that was an early gong. Like he gonged you out, like the
No,
gong show.
we're good.
Yeah, that was good. We're done.
He sent you home like the Clippers sent Chris Paul home.
Mike, one more time.
One more time.
Yeah.
I felt like there was more.
That's it? No.
All right, turn his mic up just a little bit.
Here we go.
Thank you.
During the holidays, family teaches us patience, love, and how to strategically avoid certain conversations.
Wow. If you could repeat that
There you go.
word for word, you take home the sweetest stocking stuffer of all time, the CNR and FSR coveted, brand new and improved Turbo Football.
You know, I've been accused of something that Mike sort of points out in his words of wisdom. I always thought that, because we debate for a living, Danny G, like I would imagine in the studio, we could have good debates about mostly anything, and at the end of it be all cool, right? A lot of families don't act that way. I was accused by my wife. She says, she's like, you drop little time bombs at family gatherings and you get a kick out of it, but not everyone lets it roll off their shoulders. Like, I'll go up to like my wife's family and be like, man, what do you guys think about, I don't know, Trump and this? Or, hey, what do you guys think about transgenders in bathrooms or something? And I just walk away and I watch, and she's like, what are you doing?
Wow.
Yeah.
Don't do that.
Sounds conniving.
Rich is a fight starter.
Troll.
But in my mind, like, I'm like, ooh, let me see what everyone thinks.
Troll.
But people do not have good debates.
Speaking of controversial subject matter.
What do you think? Yeah, I'll bring up
No.
anything.
I got something. Just, while we get the phones going to see who wins this prize. Bad Bunny is in the news today. Bad Bunny. Because it's all a year-end wrap-up, top this and that of the year.
Yeah.
Bad Bunny surpassed Taylor Swift as the most streamed artist in the world. So, with that knowledge, is everybody okay with the Super Bowl halftime show right now?
Well, I don't know if that's going to change minds, but I think what it will do, though.
Doesn't it give perspective, though?
But yeah, it does. What it does is for all the people that are like, Bad Bunny, I don't know any of his music, or like, he's not even speaking English. Listen, we've talked about how the NFL is trying to reach that global international audience more than ever, all the games and foreign lands, and how you heard Dan Byer talk about the numbers. Thanksgiving Day, almost 100 million people were watching football, it seemed, right? So, Bad Bunny, global star.
Spotify's most streamed artist. That's a big achievement, surpassing Taylor Swift.
Well, hold on, though. What if some of that was due to the announcement, and then they go back and they're like, oh, I'm going to get acquainted with Bad Bunny?
Then you know what? Then
I'm
good,
sure.
Then good for you. But
I'm sure that's part of it.
But I was saying, I do think the lame-o answer of, you never heard of him, makes you sort of look like an ass clown now. You don't need
Never heard of him.
Don't need to be familiar. Like, I'll be honest, I'm not familiar with Bad Bunny's music, but that.
And by the way, Rolling Stone today, like I said, year-end wrap-up, countdown, this and that. Rolling Stone announced his last album as the #1 album of the year in the top 100 albums. And that's a matter of how much credit you give these magazines and these lists. But still, you have to say now, if you were the guy that's like, Bad who? Bugs Bunny? What the F? It does put things in perspective of, hey, maybe you just didn't know, and maybe there's more to life than just you. And maybe we give it a shot. Like, does it change your opinion is the question I'm posing here.
People
if
have a
he's
hard time.
surpassing America's sweetheart, Taylor Swift. In a Taylor Swift-related story, Kelsey put the smack down and told the PA guy at the stadium, no more Taylor Swift at the stadium because he's a team guy. Did you hear that story? Maybe Spot's got some of that in Midweek Major. Oh,
Is that why Spot just cursed out loud?
Sounds like a great story for Midweek Major, Steve.
Well, hey, it ties in.
Spot just went.
We'll talk. Hey, we'll discuss further later.
Stick to sports.
Doesn't mean we can't talk about it. It is sports. So Taylor Swift, my point is, when she's such a big name and Bad Bunny's passing her, that says a lot.
No doubt. No doubt. I think fans of anything, sports, music particularly, they just don't like to understand when they're not in the demo of what someone's going after. Right? It's like baseball. We always talk about how anytime they make any rule change in baseball, all the old heads, like the Mad Dog Russos of the world, get all up in arms about, like, oh, they're changing the rules, or, you know, they're talking about Bob Cousy in the NBA. Like,
Yeah, why aren't you catering to me?
because
Rubs
guess
people
what?
the wrong way.
No offense, like our parents' generation, no one worries about you anymore because they're worried about the future generation. So simple as that. All right, let's get a contestant and see if they could get Mike's words of wisdom, and we'll move along.
Yes, sir. We're going to start in Phoenix.
Virgil?
Virgil, you're up first.
What's up, Virgil?
Hey, how you guys doing?
What's up, buddy?
Word for word.
Yep. Okay, let the music breathe here for a second.
All right. So during the holidays, family teaches us patience, love, and how to strategically avoid certain conversations.
So close. So close. Sorry, Virgil.
Man.
He tried to go back and fix it. He was like, no.
He was like the nervous
Sorry,
southerner.
brother.
No.
Oh, yeah.
Try next Wednesday, brother. All right, we're going to go to Reno now.
You know what Virgil's doing in his car right now? He's hitting the steering wheel like, damn it. He's so mad at himself.
His kid's like, Dad, you blew it.
Screaming out curse words the way Spot was a moment
I
ago.
know. Drew in Reno, you got a chance now, bro. What's up?
What's up, gentlemen?
Hey.
All right, so whenever you want me to go.
Go ahead.
Go.
During the holidays, family teaches us patience, love, and how to strategically avoid certain conversations.
Yeah.
I mean,
he said strategically a little.
Like, is that really that hard of a word to say?
He got it.
Strategic.
Hey, people get nerves when they're on the air.
That was great.
He did
Congrats.
get it.
Drew, you are a winner, and when the shipment of turbo balls come in, we are going to mail one to you there in Reno.
Way to go, Drew.
Hey. Congrats, buddy.
Thank you, Drew. Appreciate it. Your chance to win. We always give away prizes. What are we doing tomorrow, Danny G, for prizes?
Thursday? Well, we do old school when 50 hits on Thursdays.
Hey,
but
if you follow us on YouTube,
I was just going to say.
Covino and Rich
Yes.
FSR, and Danny G hits you up. Covino and Rich FSR, you'll win a prize. But thank you, Drew. We appreciate it.
Tell you what, I'll pick somebody in the chat on our YouTube channel tomorrow.
Nice.
Fantastic.
Perfect.
Fantastic. Question for you. I want to throw something by you, Covino, that we didn't plan our pre-show meeting, but you'll be able to roll with it. I'm not catching you off guard like those Clippers announcers the other day.
You trying to ambush me, bro?
I'm trying to ambush.
Trying to expose me?
Got some trivia for you, Mike.
A lot of acrimony in that organization.
So I was going to say, Clippers not having a good week. I know you and I wanted to talk about Devin Williams and how he's now a New York Met, but the Mets are sort of the team that broke him.
He's a Met? Because I wrote something different on my paper. Devin Williams is a big.
You did. You put six eyes.
He's a big.
Well, Devin
One
Williams.
and done. They changed the policy for this guy. He sucks all year, and then he leaves the Yankees. Beat it.
Well, he doesn't leave the Yankees. There's a deal was made.
Oh, he's a Met, you say? I thought he was a big.
I mean, so he is one of the best closers in baseball.
No, he's a middleman at best.
At best. Beep, bop, boop, beep, bop, boop, boop. He was one of the best closers in baseball. Pete Alonso hits a 3-run home run off of him. I'm sorry, Dan Byer, Brewers fan. But in that moment, Devin Williams was arguably like the closer of the year.
Yeah, at the time.
And the sentiment, it was almost like, did Pete Alonso break Devin Williams' confidence? Because ever since that postseason home run, goes to the Yanks, just never regained that composure he had a few seasons ago.
It was like when Rougned Odor hit Bautista in the face.
And
Sometimes
now
you're never the same.
And now he goes to the team that broke him. So there's something interesting about going to the team that was sort of the team that hurt you a little bit.
Maybe it'll be healing for him.
And then
right? Cathartic.
So there's a part of him, do you think he wants Pete to stay? Because Pete Alonso is one of those guys that the Mets fans want, but the organization and David Stearns might not retain. Do you think Devin Williams wants to play alongside the guy that broke him?
Yeah, he doesn't have to face him again.
You actually think he broke him? Do you think that that's...
It's
very selfish on Rich's part, is what I'm saying, to think that this is a Mets thing. Like this hasn't happened with closers before.
No, it's all
they go to
Pete
New York
Alonso.
and they lose their stuff. I mean,
it's
right?
All Pete Alonso. All Pete Alonso.
I can't say it was the Mets, but it was a crucial situation that he may not have recovered from. Maybe. Right? Like the knockout punch.
Doesn't sound like you're a Bayer guy, Covino. I mean, it just sounds like I'm just saying.
I'm taking away credit from the Mets.
Think of the life. Think of the life of a closer in baseball, right? Like this is it. Like even in Milwaukee, like Josh Hader was at his best when he was in Milwaukee.
Yeah.
And so you go to other spots. You go where it's more magnified, and not that the numbers are different. You can tell that. I think that's the life of closers in baseball these days.
And the sentiment in New York, I know we're out here in LA, but the sentiment in New York is, I have a lot of friends out there, I'm from New York originally, is that Met fans are happy. Unless, of course, you're telling us you're replacing Edwin Diaz with Devin Williams. If you have Devin Williams and he's a setup guy for Diaz.
But, dude, even as a setup guy, towards the end of last year, yeah, he sort of worked it out, but they were using him case by case, batter per batter. It wasn't like they could just throw him in anywhere. You know what I mean? Like they were only using him when the matchup suited him, just to get him out of that funk. So you got to just hope you get that dominant sort of Devin Williams you expect. But sometimes we always bring up the same example. Like Jose Ramirez knocks out Tim Anderson. He's never the same. Sometimes people don't recover. Their ego's bruised.
Yeah.
They get in their head. They're not the same.
Or
I don't know.
it
could have been bigger market.
As DB's insinuating, sometimes it's just coincidence, or it's just the role of a closer. Eventually, you're going to fail.
Yeah, at some point, and he may be better in New York. I don't know if it's. I would also have to think that it's just tough to pitch for the Yankees. As crazy as that, some people just aren't made up for it. Like
ask Sonny Gray how it goes.
Well, and the Brewers get great attendance, so it's not like the amount of people; it's everything else that comes with it and those pressures.
There's a lot of players that don't want to deal with all the press around their lockers. Like New York's a pretty,
You would have thought Aroldis Chapman was done if you were going to base his career on what he did with the Yanks, and look how great he is now.
Won some chips after that.
Yeah.
So part two of this question is about chemistry. We talk a lot about chemistry in everything. I feel like we have great chemistry on the show. I with Sam run the board. I feel like we click, right? Danny G, we happen to work so well with him. We've been working with Spot for years. DB, consummate professional. Big Mike who runs this place. We chop it up every day. I feel like we have good chemistry here at FSR.
Agreed.
Chemistry is an important thing.
We had a sweet pizza party right before the show.
That's true.
Courtesy of Trip.
Thank you, Trip.
Thanks,
Thank you,
Trip.
Jinx.
Yeah, thanks, Trip. I didn't get to say thanks earlier, but
Thank you, Trip.
Thanks, Trip.
It was good pizza.
Trip in Vegas. He's our pizza dude.
He's our pizza man.
There's speculation that Juan Soto and Francisco Lindor never really got along.
Mm-hmm.
And I denied it as a Mets fan. Like, oh, come on, dude. And then I had buddies that would send me every time one of them hit a home run. Other teammates would do cool handshakes and everything. And they would just do a little eh. And I was like, come on. It can't be. Can two superstars exist? I mean, we just saw the Clippers say, later, Chris Paul. When two key players aren't vibing, could it ever work?
That's tough, man.
Shaq and
Baseball's
Kobe.
different, though.
Like Shaq and Kobe won. They three-peated, and the story is Kobe thought Shaq was lazy, but great, right?
There's so many individual moments in baseball as opposed to other team sports, right? Like basketball. Yeah. You're running side by side on the court. Juan Soto's in the outfield. Lindor's in the infield. They take separate at-bats. They should figure out a common ground where they could play and win together. A-Rod and Jeter did it. They were not on the same page. They won a World Series. At that time, they were not buddy chummy.
I chalked it up to
but
BS.
I think people
chalked it up to
because
BS.
they're Latino guys that they automatically have to be best friends because they're of Hispanic background. And I would say almost the opposite. Lindor's Puerto Rican and Soto's Dominican. So in some ways they're rivals and they have egos and they both want to be leaders of that team and they both want to represent not only themselves, but they're nations, and they want to be great. So I'm sure they butt heads a little bit. And that was Lindor's team before Soto got there. But everyone wanted to pretend like they were going to be BFFs because they're both Hispanic. That's the way I see it a little bit.
And not to make it just about my Mets, because it could be any team. Danny G, you know the guys on the Dodgers that are like clubhouse guys? You see like a Teoscar, guys that like just bring the fun, right?
Kike Hernandez.
Kike. Like there's guys that no, I meant to say Kike, not Teoscar, but Teoscar seems like a fun guy too. But they're
Teoscar throws the sunflower seeds at you after you hit a homer.
Now, you know, as hateable as you might want to feel about the Dodgers, they're not hateable. They're really likable.
And they have
great noticeable chemistry.
Well, to wrap up my thought, when people wondered why did the Mets get rid of Brandon Nimmo, he was not the problem. But what they're saying is Marcus Semien, while he doesn't have the stats of a Nimmo, and people are like, why would you go with this older guy? He's what they're calling the clubhouse guy they think could unite Soto and Lindor.
Oh.
So
really, that was the chess move here?
The move is like, Marcus Semien, he's the type of guy that, he brings so much fun, and, he knows Lindor and Soto, and maybe he's the guy.
Well, you know what? Sometimes in life, if we're saying it's chemistry and team building and things like that, I've been told that I need a buffer. Not a Michael, not a Bruce, but a person to be the middle guy sometimes. Like my buddy Mark accused me of not always wanting to hang. He goes, but I will hang if there's a buffer. And maybe because I don't like how my ego collides with his, but if there's someone in the middle, it relieves that a little bit and makes it more fun. So, I mean, if you really pay close attention, that works in life, probably works the same way in baseball. I just don't know. Is he friends with both of them? Because then it would make sense. If Simeon's friends with both of them, then that would work.
So, any sport, any workplace scenario, just think about how much chemistry really does play a factor. And when you think about moves that are made within your organization, where you work or the team you like, don't always think about the stats you see on paper, because there's so much more, especially after over 162 games in baseball or even a long-ass football season or basketball season. People got to like each other. You hear guys say like...
Or compliment each other somehow.
You hear guys genuinely say sometimes like, yeah, this is the close group of guys. We eat dinner together every night. Our wives hang out. Like, I always think it's cool how the 49ers, all the wives seem to be really close. You saw that on Receiver on Netflix. Kittle's wife and Juszczyk and McCaffrey's wife, they all hang and they're all pals.
On the GM that put that type of chemistry together.
So just something to think about, and we're going to talk some more NFL. And we got Midweek Major with our buddy Spot. All the stories you might have missed in the world of sports and entertainment. We do that next right here on Fox Sports Radio. All right, now, quick timeout, buddy. Holiday upgrade check. Are you still watching games on an old, weak-ass TV? Well, if you are, you got to step it up. You're only seeing half the game. You shouldn't tap out in the red zone. TCL's QM8QQD Mini LED. That's a lot of letters. But let me tell you, it's the real MVP.
Real MVP.
Ultimate brightness, ultimate black levels. So the ultimate experience, TCL got you covered. Picture so clear you can almost taste the turf.
I thought KD's mom was the real MVP.
You're the
TCL,
real MVP.
bro. And it's not just football. It's basketball. It's movies. They look cinematic. Games feel smoother. And yes, the in-laws will notice.
Here's the play. Holiday savings off select TCL TVs. Go premium with the QM8K. That's brilliant picture, huge sound, the ultimate choice. Or grab the versatile QM6K for an elevated game day experience.
Don't overthink it. Lock in the ultimate experiences with epic savings and undeniable bragging rights all season long. Get it while supplies last.
TCL, official TV partner of the NFL. Find TCL at all major retailers. TCL, bigger, brighter, better holidays. Select models, limited time. See all major retailers for details.
Livy Dunn's buns in the sun.
Yeah, well, I just was doing my research for the show.
Yeah, well, apparently she's in Hawaii vacationing with future Yankee, her boyfriend, Paul Skeens of the Pittsburgh Pirates.
If he goes to the Yankees, I mean, it wouldn't shock me. I mean, Livy Dunn bought a place in New York City, but she is a model and gymnast and all social media.
Not only did she buy a place in New York City, he's also been telling his teammates, that's a true story, apparently. He's been telling teammates that he wants to play in New York.
They denied that.
I mean, those are rumors, but I believe them.
Who started that rumor? Austin Wells?
Me.
Who started that rumor? Anthony Volpe?
His teammates.
Oh, no, his teammates.
He made it very clear, like, this isn't the place to be. This is where superstars go to die. I want to play in New York.
Well, Livy Dunn, the headline is Toastin' Buns in the Sun on Hawaiian Vacation with Paul Skeens. And there you go. If you watch it on the YouTube, buns are out. Sun's out, buns out. And Covino and I disagree on one major thing here. When you're with your wife or girlfriend or whoever you're dating, whoever you're with, Covino's way anti-booty out.
Well, hold on. Let's make this clear. I love a nice booty. I'm saying the person I'm with. So, hey, if there's women walking around with their cheeks out, you better believe I'll be looking at them, and that's the problem. If I'm hanging out with my buddies' wives, and my buddies' wives are all walking around with their asses out, how is that appropriate when everyone's looking at each other?
I mean, it's the appropriate swimwear for 2025.
It's not appropriate. That's why you can't wear stuff like that at Disneyland, because it's not appropriate. Just because it's in style and because young women are doing it doesn't mean that everybody should be doing it. Go to a water park. You think everybody should be dressing like that? Absolutely not.
Well,
leave some to the imagination. That's why it was a big story in the New York Post this week. Even athleisure, athletic wear, has gone too far and too skimpy, where it's distracting at the gym, where women are showing lots of crevassier, a lot of crevice, a lot exposed, a lot revealed, nothing to the imagination, to the point where other women are uncomfortable. It's a national story. It's not me judging or anything like that. It's a story all over the New York Post. Men are going to see it, and men are going to like it. I'm not saying I don't like it. I'm saying as a dad of a teenager, as the boyfriend of a young woman, amongst mixed company and family, that's inappropriate. What you're doing in your own time, on your own vacation, when it's just you and her, that's fine. Whatever. You want to tan your ass? Go right ahead.
Who doesn't want to tan ass?
Right.
I'm just saying.
But Rich is condoning that this is okay amongst mixed company.
Style.
That's awkward.
Style,
you think I want Danny G looking at my girlfriend's ass?
Style dictates what the cuts of bathing suits are.
Wait, I never did that.
That's what I'm saying, though. Let's say we all went away.
Avert your eyes, sir.
Yeah.
Style dictates what cuts of bathing suits are popular, right? Like men's.
Doesn't mean
men's
that other ones are
swim trunks.
non-existent.
Are you gonna let me get a word in, or are you just gonna vent about how lame you are?
You could say lame, or, I mean, how about leaving some to the imagination?
What's next,
Why do
Rich?
you need to show your wife's ass to
Nude
everybody?
beaches? Nude beaches? Is that what you want?
You sound like a voyeur to me. Like, everybody, check out my wife's ass.
I mean, what do you want? Do you want women to wear bathing suits like it's the 1920s
No.
and they're on the boardwalk like, hello, my baby, hello, my darling?
Because there's a compromise, and they still sell, like, pretty
A
revealing
sarong.
and sexy bathing suits.
If you want,
you act like you have to wear a grandma.
If you want old lady bathing suits, where are you going to find them? Walmart, Target, like women shop.
They're not old. There's compromise.
Women shop online.
How you gonna feel?
Show an ankle.
Yeah, how you gonna feel when your daughter's dressing like that? You're cool with it?
Yeah, I guess so, because it's the times.
No, you're
what are you
not.
Gonna do?
You're cool with it because she's 8 years old. That's why you're cool with it.
I'm telling you, you're like going against the style. I saw a picture of your girlfriend with all her friends on a trip, and she was the only girl wearing like a full bottom bathing suit. Like,
You
she
know
bought
why?
it at like.
'Cause she has class. No one wants to see your nasty ass. Nope. Not everybody should be dressing like that.
It's
too revealing. It is.
So
guys
you think
don't
you
do
think
that.
you think Libby
are
Dunn-
guys showing bottom beanbag? Are guys doing that? Should I be doing that? I don't know. No, because it's not appropriate. Just because it's the style doesn't make it right.
Triple B,
That-
bottom
and by the way,
beanbag.
that doesn't mean I'm not staring and I'm not admiring sometimes. Of course I am. I'm a man.
But you want Libby Dunn wearing full bottom bathing suit on vacation with her?
No, because she's not my girlfriend. I don't care.
Yeah, but
So if she wants to rock that, I'm like, go for her. Good for her. I
If
don't
you
care.
were going away with some friends for a weekend, you would tell your girlfriend, like, no, don't
Yeah, because
expose
I
that
know what a
butt.
pervert and creep you are.
Oh,
so
me.
why would I want my
Me.
girlfriend walking around like that in front of you? Yes, you. Yes. So why would I want that? Why would I want that? Guys are going to be guys.
Monty, your thoughts, because Monty, you came to our anniversary
But
party,
he's
and I feel
lying.
like
guys are going to be guys. So just because it's my girlfriend, you mean Rich isn't going to look at her? Well, think about it. I'm not saying women shouldn't be in style. I'm not saying women shouldn't wear these.
Listen to yourself.
I'm
Yeah?
saying they shouldn't wear them amongst family and friends. Welcome back to the show. Covino and Rich.
And these are the breaks.
Live from the Fox Sports Radio studio. For over 40 years, Tire Rack has been helping customers find the right tires for how, what, and where they drive. Ship fast and free, backed by free road hazard protection with convenient installation options like mobile tire installation. TireRack.com, the way tire buying should be. What up, Tire Rack? Great people at TireRack.com.
What about Curtis Blow, huh? Throwback there.
Yeah, Christmas rapping. A lot of people didn't even know it was a Christmas song.
You know,
my favorite Christmas rappings are by the waitresses.
I played that already today.
You forgot Cranberries, too?
By the way, Sesame Street helped raise all of us. Now it's our turn. Donate this holiday season at sesame.org because the world needs Sesame and Sesame needs you. Open Sesame.
Do you remember the Sesame Street Christmas special when you were a kid?
Can't say that I do.
Big Bird waited on the roof for Santa, almost got frostbite. Ernie and Bert.
I have a fun fact, though. Did you know the same person that does the voice for Big Bird is the same person that does the voice for Oscar the Grouch?
I can see that.
Well, now you know.
Now you know.
Now you know. All right, so it's
know.
Covino and Rich at Covino and Rich, and, of course, streaming live. Shout out to everybody on the chat, Wes in Idaho and everybody hanging. Covino and Rich FSR on YouTube. Covino and Rich FSR on YouTube. Now, it is time whenever you're ready, Rich.
For Midweek
But
Major.
you had a plan. You had a plan, though.
Oh, my plan is for Spot to do Midweek Major.
Okay, all right, let's do it.
Spot, let's go.
Covino and Rich get you over the middle of the week with Midweek Major.
Ooh, I love that.
We throw sports and pop culture headlines and topics at the fellas, and it's like the kids say.
That's so mid. Week definitely major.
CNR scoring. Midweek Major.
I gotta go fast, Spotty, because after that hemming and hawing, you got like 7 minutes.
Oh, it's exciting.
Before we hand things over to the number one and only host of this segment, let's pass the microphones over to CNR with the dice.
I already
Get this over with.
rolled the 9.
Yeah, I'm done.
I win.
He wins.
Come on.
I rolled once, and it was a 1, so I can't beat him. So.
That means Covino gets first take. And now, ladies and gentlemen, the most popular person and famous besides Judy Blume from Scotch Plains, New Jersey, Spotty Boy.
Hi, guys.
Yeah, what's up, Spot?
Let's, what do you say we jump right in? How about that?
Jump it in.
All
Let's
right.
go.
You mentioned it earlier when I yelled at you for stealing my story. Couple Travis and Taylor updates. So new episode of New Heights dropped this week with guest star George Clooney. They're pulling in the A-listers.
Wow.
While Clooney was discussing his relationship with his wife Amal, he said how they never argued in their 10-year-plus relationship, which led Travis to open up about his relationship with Taylor, saying that in their 2.5 years, they've never argued. How about that? Isn't that exciting? Also, in other news, the Kansas City Chiefs president, Mark Donovan, was on the Kay Adams Up and Adams podcast where he revealed that Travis did specifically ask that they refrain from playing any sort of Taylor Swift hits in the stadium or from showing her on the big screen when she's there during the game. He said that Travis is all about team, not being separate. He says it's about us. I want it to be about us. Midweek or major?
The first part is weak in a major way.
Weak,
Is anyone talking about
definitely
how
major.
they don't fight or argue? It's BS or they haven't gotten there yet.
Week
And
definitely
that doesn't.
major.
Some people just are more argumentative. My wife and I hardly argue.
But
I mean,
you
I guess
fight.
we're not
It's a
arguing.
part of life.
Yeah, but some people are
You're
not
winning a
argumentative.
prize for not arguing. Good for you.
Yeah,
You're
but
gonna
sometimes
argue.
guys like you think you win a prize if you do
No,
argue.
that's life. People disagree. It's you know what it's like? It's like telling me your life is grand because you're on vacation on Instagram. That's not real life.
Okay.
You'll get there eventually. So people that put up that facade have the most to hide. I'm not buying it.
How long have you guys been together?
My
Rich and I?
No, you two.
For over 20 years.
Yeah, talk to them in 20 years. See how they argue.
Yeah, and arguing's not a bad thing. That's how people work things out sometimes. You know, it's not a bad thing to fight.
You know what? I think I'm just thinking
If you're
arguing means
beating
like,
on people, that's bad.
I think like arguing in my mind though is like yelling and screaming, like disagreements. Like my wife and I are disagreeing about a pool fence right now, but I don't think that's arguing.
But you
like,
never
arguing?
argued with the woman you're with? Like, give me a break.
Yeah,
that's
true.
like BS.
I don't know what we're yelling about.
BS Baracus. And as far as like no Taylor Swift in stadium, he should have did that, year one. So I think that's mid because too little too late.
It can be distracting.
That's so mid.
It can be distracting, especially he's like, I'm here to play. I'm with the guys. I get it.
I like that sentiment.
Yeah, I think this is both stories are pretty major.
Definitely major.
Saying you're the biggest celebrity couple out there and you don't fight at all. I like the fact no Taylor in the stadium because it's a little kitschy. I don't like it. That's all. I think it's good.
Don't fight at all is different than what you said.
Yeah. Okay.
Don't fight at all?
Okay.
Ever? What are you Mr. Perfect?
Speaking of playing like the girls' music you're dating, my favorite story of all time. I was in my 20s, Danny G, and I got wind that my ex-girlfriend went to a gym that played me on the radio, and she went to the manager of the gym and said, "Can you change the channel? I can't hear his voice."
I say that every day.
Honestly, my favorite moment of all. Shut up, Spot. The next story.
All right, where are we? Oh, the FIFA World Cup draw will take place at the Kennedy Center this Friday, which will decide the groups for the 48 nations participating in next year's big FIFA World Cup, the one that's taking place in North America. The draw will feature a remarkable crossover of American and Canadian sporting icons as the World Cup prepares to head to North America. Serving as draw assistant, the main headliner, Tom Brady, said it's an incredible honor, the kind of global stage every athlete dreams of. He's excited to help set the path. Other assistants include Aaron Judge, Shaq, Wayne Gretzky, former Manchester United player Rio Ferdinand. Hosting the event will be comedian Kevin Hart, Heidi Klum, and Danny Ramirez. Musical acts include Robbie Williams, Andrea Bocelli, and Nicole Scherzinger. And hosting the red carpet will be Rich, your lookalike Eli Manning. And President Donald Trump will be in attendance the Village People are going to be performing YMCA Live for the president. So a big event, lots of stars. Check it out this Friday, midweek or major.
Man, with all those names, star power names, big event, sounds pretty major. Trump's going to be there.
Major.
Tom Brady, what more could you want? Kevin Hart, Jesus is going to be there.
Definitely major.
Yeah, sounds pretty major.
It's going to be walking on water.
No, just a guy you know named Jesus.
Oh, it sounds major, though.
Listen, it's major, Spot. I mean, you read a headline about the FIFA World Cup. That's the biggest global event. I mean, who do you expect to come out? The Proclaimers?
You'd like that, wouldn't you?
In fact, I'm surprised the musical acts aren't bigger, to be honest. President Trump's going to be there doing the YMCA, Tom Brady, Kevin Hart. And then after that, I felt like the names sort of went down a little bit. I'm shocked. Dave Grohl and the Foo Fighters aren't there. I'm surprised Gaga and Miley Cyrus and Katy Perry, like, we're going with Nicole Scherzinger? I like her, but really? All right.
All right. And I know you guys are salivating this story. So Max Kellerman speaking out about his time with Stephen A. Smith at First Take and ESPN and not painting their relationship in a great light. So Kellerman appeared on the Bill Simmons podcast where he talked about his 2016 to 2021 stint on the show. And in a nutshell, Kellerman said that Stephen A. got tired of debating him every day, that he actually never had a hot take, and the two never developed a personal relationship. He said that he can't think of any counterintuitive conclusions that Smith ever reaches. That's not his job on the air. It's his job to be the big reactor. He's there to hear the crazy conclusion that his partner has come to and just be the everyman loud voice. He said despite their relationship, a cardinal sin is betraying that on air, and you should be thinking about making the show more entertaining. And he said that it got to the point where he was actually having to call out Stephen A. Smith to make the show entertaining. So I don't know if it's bad blood, but a lot of drama building midweek or major.
Major.
Definitely major.
And we have to remember that Stephen A. threw him under the bus so many times before Kellerman finally spoke out and put his side out there. And Stephen A., and let it be known, I like both guys. We've shared the mic with both guys. We did First Take with Kellerman, Rich.
Yep.
That was an honor. I do like both guys. But Stephen A. made it seem like Max was bringing the show down and wasn't bringing any solid arguments, wasn't challenging him. And I think it was quite the opposite. I watched all the time, and I thought Max always brought the heat and challenged Stephen A. to the point where it made Stephen A. uncomfortable, but it made it for a good viewing audience. So I like hearing what he has to say about it as well, because I don't think Stephen A. handled that fairly.
I think it's major. If you're a sports fan, it's major because that is a big show. And I think First Take, I know there's other characters, but in the beginning big years of that show,
I think it was better with Kellerman.
It was Stephen A. and Kellerman, and I'm a fan of both, like you said. I heard Max in that interview also say that, he was going to put up a fight. Stephen A. essentially did not want to spar Terrence Bud Crawford every day, and Max was going to put up a fight every day, and Stephen A's like, I don't want to do that. Plus, he said, in this world, the minute Stephen A. also realized solo people can make more money,
Yeah, and Stephen A is like the ringleader of this circus as opposed to what was going back and forth between him and Max.
Yeah. All right. Thank you, Spotty Boy.
Thank you. That's a juicy one, man.
I know.
All right, DB, what's going on, Dan Byer?
Lots going on, guys. We start in the NBA, where Bucks forward Giannis Antetokounmpo's future in Milwaukee could be up in the air. ESPN reporting that Giannis's agent has initiated talks with the team's front office to talk about Giannis's future. A decision could be coming in the next couple of weeks, according to ESPN. Lakers guard Luka Doncic out tomorrow in Toronto for personal reasons. Suns guard Devin Booker is going to miss at least a week because of a groin strain. Every Olympic dream starts with a first glide. Through Learn to Skate USA, kids build confidence, strength, and joy on the ice. Learn to Skate USA offers programs for skaters of all ages and abilities. Find a program near you at learntosskateusa.com. Lions wide receiver Amon-Ra St. Brown questionable for tomorrow's game against the Cowboys. Commanders and Vikings play on Sunday. Jaden Daniels limited for Washington today, while Vikings quarterback J.J. McCarthy got a full practice in, trying to come back from a concussion. Chargers quarterback Justin Herbert says their plan is for him to play Monday against the Eagles. He didn't practice today, but did reveal that a plate and multiple screws were put in to repair his fractured left hand. Buccaneers open up the practice window for Mike Evans. Browns did the same for quarterback Deshaun Watson. Ravens signed Mark Andrews to a 3-year, $39 million extension. 57.2 million viewers watched the Chiefs-Cowboys Thanksgiving Day game on CBS, the most watched NFL regular season game in history. The second most was the one right before it on Fox, Packers and Lions, with almost 48 million viewers. And a couple of college football notes: South Florida hiring Ohio State offensive coordinator Brian Hartline as their new head football coach. Kansas State head football coach Chris Kleiman's retiring after 7 seasons at the school. Kirk Ferentz back with the Hawkeyes in 2026 as college football's longest tenured head coach. Will coach his 28th season in 2026 in Iowa City. And multiple recruiting sites say that USC is the top-rated recruiting class for 2026 in college football as it's National Signing Day. Guys, back to you.
Hey, thanks, Dan Byer.
Have a great night, DB.
Have a great one, man. Enjoy your hump night.
And tomorrow starts, like we talked about, the most exciting Week 14 ever in the NFL with, of course, Cowboys-Lions tomorrow.
Ooh, can't wait. All right, so Rich has more NBA and NFL thoughts, and we'll get to them next, and your feedback right here on Fox Sports Radio. But quick timeout, Rich. Holiday upgrade check. You still watching the games on that old, small, weak-ass TV? If you are, you're only seeing about half the game.
I don't got time for that. Your TV shouldn't tap out in the red zone. TCL's QM8K QD Mini LED is the real MVP. Write that down.
Did I hear a LMNOP in there?
Ultimate brightness, ultimate black levels for ultimate experience. Picture so clear you could taste the turf.
Gotta respect the QM8K. And it's not just football, Rich. Movies. They look cinematic. Games feel smoother.
Yeah.
And yes, the in-laws, everybody notices.
Listen, here's the play. Holiday savings off select TCL TVs. Go premium with the QM8K. Brilliant picture, huge sound, the ultimate choice. Or grab the versatile QM6K for an elevated game day experience.
Don't overthink it. Lock in the ultimate experiences with epic savings and undeniable bragging rights all season long. Get while supplies last.
TCL, the official TV partner of the NFL. Find TCL at all major retailers. TCL, bigger, brighter, better holidays. Select models, limited time. See all major retailers for details.
There's a lot of controversy about Christy Martin and Sydney Sweeney. Sydney Sweeney getting a lot of backlash about her portrayal of Christy Martin, and she's the reason why it flopped. The movie's flopping. Is terrible in the box office.
Let's flop it more.
Oh, geez, here it comes.
No, I won't even go there. I'm too classy for that. But you know what? I got to say this.
All right, Freddie Blassie.
You know what the problem is?
All right, James Lennon Jr.
You know what the problem is? It's you. It's me. It's you. It's everyone. Everyone has whack-ass expectations. What did you think? Did you think this was going to make hundreds of millions of dollars in the box office? No one gives a shit because it's in the theater. But it did get us thinking about biopics we've watched over the years where some people really immerse themselves in the character and others miss the mark.
Okay, so we got 3 good ones, 3 bad ones. Of course, you could add to our list at Covino and Rich.
You decide.
At Fox Sports Radio, hashtag overpromised. You make the call. 3 good ones that we agree on.
By the way, the proof is you're not going to see it, but I guarantee the minute it's on HBO, Prime, Netflix, you're going to be the first one to watch it. You just don't want to get off your ass.
There's a lot of sour grapes, a lot of jealousy, a lot of people just hating on Sydney Sweeney. That's why Christy Martin herself came out today saying, hey, everybody back off. I fight for women. I'm going to stand up for her. She did a great job.
You talking about weenies that were mad at her jeans ad?
There's a lot of people who are just jealous of who she is, have a problem with that ad. You had Ruby Rose, other actors saying that, she was a cretin and she ruined the movie. There's a lot of people just hating on her because she's hot.
To quote James Franco, don't be so peanut butter and jelly.
All right,
Come on.
Some of the good ones, Rami Malek, Bohemian Rhapsody, undeniably great.
I think you and I came up with a top 3 that is undeniable. He was Freddie Mercury. I think he was Freddie Mercury. This is a great one to put on the top 3. Can I give you another one?
Yeah.
A guy that I think he, by the end of the movie, thought he was Abe Lincoln. Daniel Day-Lewis as Abraham Lincoln. Unbelievable. Not the Vampire Hunter one. Like, this is like the actual biopic.
I was going to say, I'm a huge fan of the Vampire Slayer, but you're right. This one was good, too.
Wait, he didn't hunt vampires?
No, he did not slay them, hunt them, or anything. But when he was Abe Lincoln, I was like, yo, this is so convincing. I feel like I'm in 1865.
Margot Robbie as Tanya Harding, I thought was a great movie. I wasn't expecting that. Good movie, really good.
I thought she was fantastic. And
you know who else was in that before they were super famous? Paul Walter Hauser. He was one of the goons.
Oh, Stingray?
Yes, Stingray was
from Cobra Kai?
Wasn't he Galooly?
He was one of those dudes in the movie, yeah, but we didn't really know him that well back then. But really good movie. Really good movie.
And you know what? Margot Robbie played down the looks just enough because I was like, you don't want to watch this movie thinking like, man, I want to get with Tanya Harding. She played it perfectly, gave that little redneck vibe. I really think Margot Robbie, not only beautiful, but fantastic. I thought Tanya definitely got my attention.
I gotta say, we're not forgetting the Doors movie. We're not forgetting some of the other greats, right? So you could add to the list.
We're allowed to have our favorites. Those are our favorites.
Those are the ones we agreed on.
Want to go over the shit list?
Yeah.
Oh man.
Yo, I'm such a hypocrite here because how could you say you hate something if you've never seen it? I couldn't be convinced by the trailer. I never saw Ali because I'm like, Will Smith, I'm not convinced. I couldn't even.
My man.
Bro, I couldn't even put myself in the mindset.
And when Rich and I agree, it's fact. I'm not a big Will Smith fan anyway, but I am a big Ali fan, and I could never accept him as Muhammad Ali. So it may be the greatest movie ever, but I'm like, I've seen bits and pieces of it, but I'm like, I am not supporting this.
I do like Will. I know you don't. I like Will, but when he's Ali, all I see is Will Smith trying to be Ali. Like,
Plus,
I don't.
Can anyone really capture the dynamic personality and greatness of Muhammad Ali? That's really it. It's like, even as great as Will Smith is or could be, it's still not Ali to me.
You know what?
So.
I think number 2 on the bunk list, she could capture the hotness, but apparently everything was wrong about the beautiful Ana de Armas as Marilyn Monroe.
She's so hot. She's so talented. But you're right. I watched the movie and it didn't suck, but I could never get past the accent.
It was like,
how are you Marilyn Monroe with an accent? This, along with Ali.
Yeah.
Rich and I haven't seen it, but based on the reviews. No, it's me, Steve Covino, with Rich Davis. And Danny G and Sam and Spot, and I see Monty lurking. Steve. Shout out to Big Steve, my dad, 72 years old. Hey, stop kissing ass. It's my dad's birthday, and it's Ozzy Osbourne's birthday. We're live from the Fox Sports Radio studio. No more waiting. Your goals start now. Cyber Monday deals are still going. Take your workouts around the world with Nordic Track and iFit. Save big on treadmills, bikes, and rowers at NordicTrack.com. Nordic Track. Train anywhere. Explore everywhere. Now, tomorrow, remember, we have a brand new episode of Overpromised. So catch that at Covino and Rich FSR on YouTube. And Thursday also means old school when 50 hits. We throw it back and reminisce, and we get you involved every Thursday. And Danny G said if you're on the YouTube chat, he'll pick a name and give away some prizes. So again, that's Covino and Rich FSR to watch what you hear. Covino and Rich FSR. Send it to a friend. See our stupid faces. Make fun of us. We don't care. We just want you watching. Now, LeBron James. Polarizing. Always.
Yeah.
Now, they got beat. They had a 7-game streak. Lakers got beat by the Suns. Suns were on fire. They couldn't miss. No big deal there. But in a game that really didn't matter, LeBron James is playing, and it's obvious that he's trying to get his 10 points, double digits, to keep that streak alive.
He was playing in garbage time.
He's playing garbage time. It's LeBron James. He's older, and everybody knows. You could smell it a mile away, Rich. He's not playing defense. The only reason he's there is to get those 10 points, to get that streak going, to keep it going. So it becomes controversial. It's me, Bron, again. It's like, yo, man, if you're a team dude, sit it out. And now it seems like the streak is getting in the way. And we've seen that stuff before. It's like sometimes when it ends, it's a relief for everybody. He's trying to keep it going and going and going detriment to the team.
If the Lakers are losing,
okay.
Listen, unless you're Oklahoma City, who's 21-1, who may never lose, unless you're a team that may lose 5 games all year, teams are just amping up for the playoffs.
But you don't want streaks to get in the way of what's best for the team.
But what I'm saying is the best teams lose 20 or more games for the most part, right? 20, 30 games. You're going to lose games. So if the Lakers, hey, it's not your night. The Suns are on fire, hitting threes, like you said, Danny, in the pre-show meeting.
There's no debate that
Suns are on fire.
Yeah.
Rich, let me
inherently.
If it's not your night, and you know it's not your night, and
then
LeBron
sit on the bench and let the youngsters get in the game. Rich, at some point, when you know your career's winding down, and he's admitted this is going to be maybe his last season or next season will be the last.
He admitted just last week that he was sore because he's old.
Right. So this streak is going to come to an end, and everyone else is far away from this double-digit streak that he's got going.
Yeah,
No one is going to come close. What I don't like about this is we filled in on the Dan Patrick Show and talked about his glorious return. Remember when he fit in with all the other stars they now have on that team?
Well, that's the thing, Danny. You don't want to have it forced.
Yes.
Where LeBron has to score when it should be the other way around. It works when he's letting everyone else be the star and he's dishing it out, letting everyone else score. If you're now worried about LeBron scoring to keep that streak alive, it's even subconsciously taken away from what really works for the team. I know it sounds nitpicky here, but think about that.
If the
for a
Lakers
second.
didn't have the third best record in the NBA and they weren't 15-5 and looking really sharp, then I'd say, what are we doing here? But I think the Lakers, I think it's owed to LeBron a little bit,
let it
to
go.
be honest. I think
just like his hairline, he's got to let the streak go, and move forward and dish the ball around.
Yeah, Rich, I don't think that's owed when it's a record like that because that's not.
I know what I'm trying. I know it's a bad comparison, but you remember at the end of NFL seasons, like in Week 18. There's players that they purposely push the ball on so they could hit incentives.
That's for money, yeah.
Yeah, they could hit incentives. Or like, we saw the famous, remember, what was it, Joe Klecko that was all, who was all mad? Gastineau? Who was all mad?
Gastineau.
Yeah, it was Gastineau?
Yeah.
He was all mad because Brett Favre let Strahan sack him.
Mm-hmm. Because it meant a lot to him.
I mean, LeBron.
He took a fall.
If LeBron has this streak, I don't know, did it bother anyone that much, I guess? Are Lakers fans?
Maybe not in this game because, again, they lost. But you don't want that pressure on the other players to make sure LeBron has 10 points every time when the W is all that matters here.
And
I think that's where the criticism comes from.
Yes, that's a good point because the Laker fans I saw complaining about this on social media said, can he just sit and find his role and be okay with it? The Lakers can go far if he'll be that guy.
Yeah, double digits, 10 points should take a backseat to LeBron.
But you know what? Sometimes
fitting in and making it work.
Sometimes when you're up big or down big, rules are off. Now you could say, well, it's the pros. Like if I'm playing softball in my stupid league, if some team's whooping the other team, you might bat lefty. You might go for a home run. I'm not taking a walk. I'll swing at a bad pitch just because it's like games out of reach. And I think Lakers, games out of reach, let LeBron do his little double-digit thing. What do you care?
I think there'd be a lot of relief from him and the team if it just went away. Yeah. Like Cal Ripken, hey, the streak's over. We're moving on.
All right. Well, hey, have a great night. We'll see you guys mañana. Until then, hey, arrivederci, baby.
See you in the promised land.
Bye.
Later.